Looking back now, all the signs were there, but I was blinded by love. I thought Deshaun was the perfect husband, the one I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. We lived in a beautiful neighborhood in San Francisco, surrounded by Asian culture, and everyone seemed to adore him. He was charming, handsome, and made me feel like I was the only woman in the world. I remember when we first met, my mother warned me about him. She said, "He's too good to be true." But I did not listen. I was too caught up in the romance of it all. We had a whirlwind courtship, and before I knew it, we were married. This was my second marriage, and I was determined to make it work. When I got pregnant with our first child, I thought everything was perfect. Sean was excited to be a father, or so I thought. But then he started changing. He became obsessed with the gym lifestyle, spending hours at the gym every day. At first, I thought it was great that he was taking care of himself, but soon, I realized it was taking a toll on our relationship. He started working out obsessively, and I would often come home to find him staring at himself in the mirror, flexing his muscles. He would say, "I am just trying to be healthy, baby." But I knew something was off. He stopped being interested in intimacy with me, and when I tried to talk to him about it, he would just brush it off, saying I was being too sensitive. I remember one time I confronted him about it, and he said, "You're just jealous of my progress." I felt like I was going crazy. I would question him about inconsistencies in his stories, and he would gaslight me, making me doubt my own sanity. My mother had warned me about this. She said, "He's a smooth talker, but you cannot trust him." But I did not listen. I thought I could change him, that I could make him love me the way I deserve to be loved. But then, something triggered my instincts. I was getting ready for bed one night, and I smelled unfamiliar perfume on his clothes. It was a subtle scent, but it was there. I tried to brush it off, thinking maybe it was just a new cologne he had started wearing. But the smell lingered in my mind, and I could not shake the feeling that something was wrong. I started to investigate, casually asking him questions, but he just laughed it off, telling me I was being paranoid. But I could not shake the feeling that something was off. And then, one day, his mother accidentally told me the truth during a family dinner. She said, "I am so glad you are doing better, dear. I was worried about you when Deshaun was going through that phase with that other woman." My heart stopped. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. I tried to play it cool, but inside I was reeling. I excused myself from the table, and I called his best friend, Alex. I had always thought Alex was a good guy, and I hoped he would tell me the truth. When he answered, I just blurted it out. "Is it true? Is Deshaun cheating on me?" There was a pause on the other end of the line, and then Alex said, "I am so sorry. I feel guilty for not telling you sooner. He's been seeing her for 5 years, even when you were pregnant with your child." I felt like my world was crashing down around me. 5 years? How could he do that to me? I thought about all the times he had lied to me, all the times he had gaslighted me. I felt like I was living in a nightmare. And then, Alex dropped another bombshell. "He bought her a car with money from your mortgage." I felt like I had been punched again. How could he do that? How could he be so reckless? I did not know what to do. I felt like I was losing my mind, but I knew I had to confront him. I sat down and wrote him a letter, pouring out all my emotions, all my pain. I told him everything I had discovered, everything I had felt. The letter was raw and honest, and it was my way of taking back control. I wrote, "Deshaun, I know everything. I know about her, about the car, about the lies. I know you've been living a double life, and I am not sure how you've managed to keep it up for so long. But I do know one thing. I am done. I am done with the lies, done with the pain, done with you. You used intimacy as a weapon, as a reward system. You made me doubt myself, made me feel like I was crazy. But I am not crazy. I am strong, and I am worthy of love. I am not sure what the future holds, but I know I'll be okay. I'll get through this, and I'll come out stronger on the other side. You, on the other hand, will have to live with what you've done. You'll have to live with the knowledge that you hurt me, that you broke my trust. I hope you are happy with her, with the life you've built with her. But I know I'll never be happy with you again. Goodbye, Deshaun." Sincerely, me, as I finished writing the letter, I felt a sense of relief wash over me. I felt like I had finally taken back control, finally stood up for myself. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was ready to face whatever came next. I took a deep breath, and then I handed the letter to Deshaun. He read it, his face pale, and then he looked up at me, tears in his eyes. "I am sorry," he said, but it was too late. The damage was done. I had seen the truth, and I would never forgive him. In that moment, I knew I was strong enough to move on. I was strong enough to leave him, to leave the pain behind. And as I walked away from him, I felt a sense of empowerment that I had never felt before. I was free, free to start again, free to find love that was real.